G'day all, Ben McMahon here, just with a bit of an overview out of Inverell, the 6th of May 2025. Agent chartered about 1,900 cattle and just shy of 4,000 sheep and lambs. Into the cattle, best of the bullocks, probably a little bit better there this week, but the class of bullock was probably a little bit better too. 350 or 55 cents for the real good ones, 330 or 30 or 35 for a few bullocks with teeth. Feeder steers, there wasn't a run of feeder steers there this week as we saw last week. There were good runs of black steers there last week, made out to sort of 420 or 30 cents quite easily. This week those steers probably 410 or 15, but like I said, probably just not the lines or the runs of those steers. Maybe an oddbally or a bit of cross through those black steers this week. Crossbred feeder steers, 400 to 500 kilos, 380 cents or thereabouts, 75 to 85 for the pretty ones. Few teeth though, they come back pretty hard and fast, 330 or 40 there. If they had a few teeth or they were just back off a little bit. Into the restocker steers, one heap of trade weight type steers, 300 and a bit kilos, but probably what were there sold similar to the heavier crossbred fellas. 370 to 390 or $4 in places. Restocker steers, not a heap of those to quote, but 420 or 30 cents I saw a little pen of black crossy type steers make. So all probably a pretty good sale across the board on the steers, but just a little bit softer probably on the top end of the feeder steers, due to the quality of the cattle probably. Into the heifers, better end of the heifers were probably 10 to 15 and maybe even 20 softer in places. Best of the big kill heifers with a few teeth, 340 cents, where they were probably 350 last week. And the feeder heifers, we saw a few 360, 70s and 75s in places last week. Those heifers probably more like 350 cents, but not a heap of those heifers to quote. Lighter heifers, very similar to last week, $3 to $3.30 or 40 cents for any put away type heifers. Cow job, there was a big run of cows there yesterday. Best of the cows out to 286 cents, but a lot of the heavyweight cows, good clean cows, made from 75 to 82 or 4. So that I would quote that probably 10 or 12 or 14 softer. The second run of cows, a lot of cows there, 260 to 65 cents, that probably looked 500, either side of 500 kilos, but fresh enough. So that job probably softer, but not maybe 5 or 8 or 10 softer. So that type of cow probably didn't suffer all that much. The lightweight, restocker type cow, not a heap of good genuine store cows probably to go back to the paddock, but those cows 220 to 240 odd cents. So cow job is softer, but there are a lot of cows getting yarded and sold in the eastern side over here. So that was about the cattle job. Over into the sheep and lambs, some good heavyweight lambs. The best of those out to $295 for some big heavy lambs. They were Brucey McClays from out at Gunflat. Then we saw Pippi and Leanne Bell from down at Gravesend. They had some big heavy lambs make $280. But yeah, a lot of lambs making anywhere from sort of $230 out to $260 or $70. So all fully firm there for the better end of the lambs. The restocker lambs, a nice lamb with a bit of stand up probably costs $150. Anywhere from sort of $120 to $150, $60 for the better end. And a few lightweight fellas sort of back to 90 and 80, 90 and 100 and a bit dollars. So still a bit of shopping there. Into the mutton job, best mutton out to sort of $220 for some good big heavy mutton. The hogget job was very, very solid. Best of the hogget sort of $250 or $60 for some big heavy fellas. So it was fully firm. But yeah, mutton, 180 to 200 and a bit dollars for the heavier end. And then a lot of sheep, some good merino weathers there made $160. There were a run of Haddon Rig merino used scanned in lamb. They made anywhere from $130 out to $160. So all in all, a fair bit of positivity around. Obviously a few numbers coming forward. The season's kind enough. We hope to see the south get a bit of rain, but for now everything's poking along good. Thank you.